What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of GAMERViCE. We're doing the damn thing. We're back, remote today, not in the studio, but we'll have the next video for you guys in the studio. But I'm here with my main man, Kevin. Kevin, how you doing?
Yes, sir. How's it going, man? I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. I feel good. I'm happy we're doing this, even though it's remote. I'm okay with that. It's things need to be discussed, so I'm okay with that. How's everything, man?
Good. So, Kevin, it's my understanding that you've been playing a little bit of Remnant 2. Is that right?
Remnant 2, yeah. I've been playing a decent amount, actually.
All right. Well, so those of you folks out there, it's like a shooter Souls-like game, if I'm not mistaken. Kevin can correct me, but think of like those Dark Soul games, right? And a little Elden Ring, but it's like a shooter, but it has some ARPG to it, skill trees. It's a shooter, but it's Souls-like, hard, has multiplayer, has solo play, all the good stuff. I myself haven't had the pleasure of playing it yet, but I've been reading the reviews. People are raving about it. They say it's good, but we have the luxury here of having Kevin. All right, and I know one of our friends that you might have seen him on an episode. We had him as a guest. Our friend Brett. Both have the game. They've been playing it. Talk me through that experience. What are your thoughts on Remnant?
So Remnant is like this post-apocalyptic setting. Like you said, it's a shooter. They kind of trying to do like a Dark Souls vibe, but with guns for the most part. I mean, there's some melee to it, but it's definitely very much centered around gunplay. It's a lot of fun. It's got that difficulty, not quite like a Dark Souls difficulty, but it is a difficult game, especially if you try to play solo. Especially there's certain classes I think there's 4 or 5 classes that you can start out with, and depending on which one you pick, you are gonna have a hard time, especially if you're playing solo. So it does have that difficulty if you're into that sort of thing. The only thing, so I would say I'm probably somewhere around the 15 to 20 hour mark of playing that game, and the only thing I would say that I'm not a big fan of is that there's not much loot to the game. Like,
yeah,
besides the starting guns, I probably have, again, we're talking about 15 to 20 hours here. I probably have 2 or 3 guns that I've picked up, and that's it. I haven't picked up. I picked up one other set of armor, other than the starting armor. One other set of armor, 2 other sets of guns. They do have like a lot of like. So in this game, if you're familiar with like Diablo or Elden Ring, sometimes you can wear like rings and amulets. In this game, you can wear up to 4 rings and an amulet. So they do throw out, in this game, there are a lot of rings and amulets. I guess that's like their way of having a lot of loot. But it's like one of those things where there are a lot of rings, but a lot of them aren't really like worth it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're kind of worthless.
I hear you. I mean, and we know we over here love our loot in games, so it is 100%. A little disappointing to hear. And as far as like the rings, I guess my theory is like, the way to add like affixes to your build, but like, it's just so many rings and amulets. Maybe like now, is the loot cosmetic? Does it change the way you look in game?
Yes.
Okay.
It does do that.
That's good.
So that's the cool part about it. And the way they kind of give you the customization is, even though there's not quite that many guns in the game, or at least up to this point there haven't been that many, you can add like a mod to each gun, and every time you switch out that mod for a different one, the gun changes its look, like in a complete way. It's actually, in that aspect, it's pretty cool. So that is cool. But just going through the worlds, and I believe there's somewhere around 6 or 7 worlds, and they're pretty lengthy worlds. A lot of the worlds that I've been through 3, I think, so far, and they take a while to get through. But to go through that much time with that little change in gunplay, basically, because like I said, it's mostly gunplay. You kind of you have to really feel okay with sticking to one loadout for a long period of time.
Understood. You know what I mean? Understood. So if you, because here we love our ratings, right? If you had to rate the game and our scale, for those of you who didn't know, go back and check one of our first videos about reviews. This number is how likely you are to like the game. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not an actual number on how good the game is, because we are all our own thinkers and we all have our own opinions. So how I feel about a game is going to be different to how someone else might feel about it. So Kevin, hit us with the number 1 through 10 or 0. What is it?
It's not 0 and it's not 10 for sure. I would say if you're playing solo play is like 5. I don't think it's that great. It's okay. I liked it okay. It's okay, right? If you're playing with multiplayer, at least one other person, I think that goes up to like 7.5.
All right. So 7.5. If you got friends, ladies and gentlemen, there's a chance that you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
And if you're just playing by yourself, Kevin says there's a 5 out of 10 chance to like it.
Yeah,
5 out of 10 chance you'll like it. So maybe you might fall on that side where you like it. Not too bad, to be honest. Okay. All right. So me, on the other hand, I don't think I'm going to send funds that way just because I'm trying to be tight with the money here. We got some games coming around the corner. And speaking about games coming around the corner, one that I guess I've been paying for but not going to have to pay for when it comes out. But I've been paying for it, but I'm not paying for it. But you pay for it, but we all pay for it. But we have Game Pass and you have Game Pass and I don't know Pass. I'm just kidding. Starfield. Okay, Starfield is right here. Luckily, I have Game Pass. You have Game Pass. We can put it to use in a little less than a month right now. Okay, we're recording. It's exactly a month from the time of this recording, but we'll be we're actually at the 29-day mark or something like that. But yes,
wow,
Starfield is getting closer. But do we have, granted, and this is not coming off in a bad way, actually, because they finally did do that Starfield Direct and we got a lot of information.
Yeah, we did.
But ever since then, and now we're approaching, I feel like we're not getting any new gameplay information. They have thrown out a few artwork videos, like I don't even know what you would call those. They're like little cinema movies, but they're not even like gameplay trailers. They're literally like art style comic book shorts that they've dropped. So and then people that go hardcore into the game, ripping it up on YouTube and using those videos are trying to make out some lore, the lore gods out there. That's the only thing they've kind of dropped, but it hasn't felt like there's been too much new information. I do have a little new information, but what are your feelings right now towards Starfield?
You know what? They did a really good job with their Starfield, that 30-minute showcase that they had. I think it was about 30 minutes, but yeah, they did a really good job with the showcase. So at this point, I'm just ready for the game. I think they're just taking this time to put the finishing touches on it, to work out any bugs that they already know they need to work out. I'm sure once you get it in all of the gamers' hands, there's going to be tons more bugs for them to find and try to fix. So, that it's just with any game basically at this point, which kind of sucks because we're in this point in life where that's just a thing. Like, they don't hash out as many bugs as possible. They just hash out as many bugs until they can hit their release date. Yeah, and then it's basically like how much, like what bug gets the most noise, then maybe they'll fix it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's how things are right now. For the bug is gonna be one of those. It's like you're lucky that you played it in the first 4-day kind of bug, and the bug that's gonna be is like always the exploit kind of bug, and that for me might be like a real valuable material or something in the game. Like I'm just trying to think back to the Skyrim days doing like Daedric or Dragon Scale. But then, finding out a way to farm it real early and then load up on it, you know what I mean? But then it's
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
missed the mark, and then it feels like, well, damn, all those people got it, and now anybody who didn't get to exploit it in time because we didn't get to play it, it's like we don't have none of that. But it will be interesting. A good thing that this game is doing, but I guess since it's like Xbox and, or Microsoft, I should say, it stays in the family. For non-Game Pass members, or I mean, I guess look at it either way, because Game Pass, you're going to have access to the game. But someone who doesn't have Game Pass, you just have to buy the game once, which I think is pretty neat. I don't think we see that enough, because speaking of Diablo, right? Like, for example, I have Diablo. Oh, maybe since Microsoft owns it, maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll make that little change, since apparently they say they're not going to bring Diablo to Game Pass. But I have Diablo. There's times I would love to go sit on my PS5 on the couch and just play it instead of being in this chair playing on the PC. But I got to buy it again. And I just haven't brought myself to do it, because it's like, you really want another $70 out of me? I don't know. That's real. Yeah, that's a lot, asking for a lot. Another game that I had on both console and like Division 2, but obviously I did it way later when it was way cheaper. But I'm just after I got my PC, and I used to have but like, it'd be nice if more games did this. But we know why they don't do it. In this case, it's because Microsoft, now owns Bethesda. They probably, there's like a nice little touch for those people that are in their ecosystem between, Windows and Xbox. So I think that's
honestly,
nice.
I think they do it. I think the only reason why they're doing it is because it's a single player game. If it was a multiplayer game, I think you'd have to pay. I think you'd have to pay for each console.
Very good point. Very good point. That's a good point. Another thing, we have Gamescom right around the corner. Okay, I believe it's August 28th or something like that, right?
That might be right.
Something like that, because I know it's like 4 or 3 days away from what's known as early access release to Starfield, which is September 1st. People seem to be mad that there's not going to be demos. And then you have the people saying, their game's not ready. That's why there's no demo. I have my thoughts on this, which is just funny, because sometimes us gamers can be wrong. But I want to hear your thoughts on hearing that. Like, they're not going to have it. They're going to have they're going to have a booth, and there's going to be stuff, but you're not going to have a playable demo. Unlike Party Animals, there will be a playable demo that day there, but I can't get my hands on it because I won't be there. But what are your thoughts on no demo at Gamescom?
So just to clarify, Gamescom is from the 23rd to the 27th.
Okay,
right?
There you go. That's why this is over.
Yeah. So I think there's no demo for Starfield because it shatters the hype. I think that's what it is. I think, especially because it's a single player game, it's probably got the most hype of a single player game, at least in this back half of the year. So you either buy the game or you don't get to play it.
Yeah.
If you get a demo, then you kind of get a feel for whether the game is worth it, and I think they don't want that. I think they showed enough with their showcase, and now they're just like, all right, you either pay up or you just got to wait for reviews, or that's it.
Yeah. My thing is, we're talking about, it's 1 week difference. It's way too close. And for, like you said, all the hype that has been built,
yeah,
I think it just ruins it. Like, so for these people, like, I can't believe, like, it's like, guys, wait a couple days and the game's going to be out. And we know a good amount of people have Game Pass, and there's also a good amount of people that don't have Game Pass that are going to be paying for the game. But also, like you said, I think it may be because of pre-orders and stuff like that. They want to keep what they have sold, what they're going to sell still in these last couple of days. But on top of that, then we hear the game apparently hasn't gone gold yet, which is like an industry standard to be able to sell it, but it's not required at all. I am, for the first time because I've done this and now lately you see how aggressive we get towards developers and angry. But for the first time in a while, I'm siding with the developers here. Like, just sit your asses down. I think they got it under control. They gave us that big Starfield Direct, and thanks to Cyberpunk and many others, like, I think they know they can't botch this. And they even proved it more when I was trying to like say when the Starfield Direct came out, I'm like, what are they actually going to give us? And boy, did they deliver for once. Like, it was like one of those things. It's like, okay, you delivered. So again, here, I'm just saying when the game releases, I think they're going to deliver like a finished product in the sense of like, it'll be a finished product. Do we know it's Bethesda and apparently the bug stuff? Yes. As long as there's nothing game breaking. But is it going to be the game we've been waiting for? I am hoping it's a yes. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't like when I do this. And on this channel, every time we go with our gut feeling on a hypothesis or a guess, it's always the opposite. So hopefully that's not the case. But honestly, that's how I feel.
You know what? Honestly, I was just thinking about this while you were talking. I honestly think it's just a really smart marketing decision by Microsoft. You know what their demo is? Get Game Pass.
Yeah.
That's what their demo is. It's like, oh, you want to play? You don't want to spend the $70? Well, because let's face it, I'm pretty sure I don't know a time where there hasn't been a deal on Game Pass if you're a new user. Like, get the first month for $1 or something like that, right?
Oh yeah, and not even that, because then I was gonna say, think about how many people probably have already used that first month free trial.
Yeah,
which is true. If you want a demo, go make a new email, make a new gamer tag, and use the free month, and then just cancel it, and then go back to your real account, and then you really buy it either way. So like, for even say like, oh, but what if I don't have those promotions anymore, and I still got to pay $18 to then test it, and then it's like, what if I want it but I don't want Game Pass? Guys, there's ways around this thing. Okay, but we know the subscription game is how they try to get you. Just be disciplined. Once you do it, then go cancel your stuff. All right. We don't want to be like our friends paying for the gym for the last 20 years, Planet Fitness, getting one over on all of us over here.
Hank with the unethical life hack over here. Like, just use another email.
That's the funny part. My unethical life hack. What do we call these subscriptions? These companies, they're unethical. They knew damn well what they doing. Greedy boys.
Right. You're right. All right. I mean, no, but you're right. I mean, this is not about gaming, but I wrote something, when we were talking about subscriptions, for like all those different streaming subscriptions that we have. If you were just to get the basic streaming subscription for all of them, you'd have to pay almost $78 a month.
Yeah. Insane.
That's wild. So
they're getting us, and it's like $78. You keep paying it, but there's probably a month or 2 months where you don't watch a show from that streaming service. Now it's like not turning the channel on. So it's crazy, man. They're getting us, man. They're getting us.
They are. They're getting one over us. But you know what? They're getting you because I'm pretty sure, haven't played a Game Pass game this whole year, but you still have it, which means you've probably spent, if I haven't done the math, but you've probably spent somewhere around $140+
bro,
just to play Starfield. Think about how disgusting that is.
Hank, Kevin, our show, we're here doing it, and this man gonna call me out. Unbelievable.
It's the truth.
Don't worry about me and my damn Game Pass. Folks, it's true. It's true. Okay. I have let some money go to waste, like literally take my money, put it in the garbage, light it on fire. I hate the idea of that. But I blame Xbox. Anyways, yeah.
So then we've got Starfield in September.
Mm-hmm. We have
Spider-Man in October?
Spider-Man? Is that September 20th or October 20th? We got to do a quick check here.
Spider-Man.
October 20th. October 20th.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's October. And then just recently announced.
Yes.
Yeah, well, there's the DLC. And then just recently announced we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 coming out November 10th.
Yeah, apparently these guys are just done. They're giving in to all the leaks now, huh? They're just over it. But
And if you, the viewer, had Call of Duty Modern Warfare...
When is this coming out? I missed it. The 10th of what?
November 10th.
November.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you, the viewer, had Call of Duty Modern Warfare on your bingo card for 2023, you're cheating because they are always going to make a fucking Call of Duty game. So that's not fair. It's like I think at one point they were saying that they weren't going to do it. They weren't going to keep making Call of Duty games every year.
That's
and
a damn lie.
They lied.
It's the number
the test
one
came back.
selling
That was a
game
lie. Yeah.
every year, no matter how bad of a product it's been the last couple. And we're all victims, me, myself included. I blame my friends.
That's peer pressure is a thing. Sledgehammer Games is the ones who are developing it, which I believe the last ones they were lead developers on was Call of Duty World War II, which I'm pretty sure was one of the less liked Call of Duty games. I think that one came out in 2017.
Fabulous.
So so that also, I mean, they helped on the last one, Call of Duty Cold War, but they weren't the lead developer. I think this time they're the lead developer.
Cold War was not good.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the news so far, because they just teased like a small little, it was basically just like reveal teaser with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 name popped up, and then the date November 10th. So that's what we have so far for Call of Duty.
Speaking on Call of Duty, I know we've mentioned this game a few times. XDefaint, right? They sent emails out to, I guess, people part of their partner program. I guess people really feel like stuff's really catching on now, and we should be nearing a release of this game for once. And then Ludwig, who is doing find out who the best gamer is between like playing 8 games. XDefaint happens to be one of these 8 games, but I say this because he had his little advertisement that he threw out for it, and he puts the games up, the 8 games that these gamers are going to be playing, to find out who the best like overall gamer is in all genres, all put together, like the best ultimate gamer. And XDefaint is one of them, and this event is happening September 2nd, September 3rd, which starts to make people believe, how'd you put a game on there that isn't even out and not even playable at the moment, not even like through a beta right now? Like they've only had closed sessions and they've closed the game off, and now it's there. So everyone's speculating XDefaint dropping September 2nd, and XDefaint retweeted Ludwig's advertisement thing that he posted literally on the 31st of July. So I think that's like their little sneaky way of like leaking it, not leaking it, whatever you want to call that word. But like, yeah, they're like putting little Easter eggs out there, I guess. I don't know. XDefaint, September. What, you know what else is coming out next week?
Next week.
Guess what? Because we haven't talked about it, because we normally don't talk about these kind of things, this genre, on GamerVice, because it's so upsetting. But what do you think comes out next week? And finally, I might just be able to buy it on the computer. Let's see if Kevin can get it. Can Kevin get it?
You know what's crazy? As soon as you say it, I'm gonna be mad. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I knew that."
You knew this, but I feel like, I don't know. You might not even say you knew that. You just know it because it's a thing. It comes out. Put it this way: comes out every August.
Every August.
See?
Every August.
His head's spinning now. He's thinking. Comes out every August. That should have been a hint. Take a guess out there if you're watching. 5, 4, 3, 2.
It's not Madden, is it?
Yeah, Madden. He said it's not Madden. What else? What other game is it gonna be?
I know. I'm just thinking of a sports game in my head.
Yeah, it had to be a sports, because it was every week, every year. Madden. Yeah. I think it's like August 14th, 15th, something like that. I don't even know what day it is. But Madden, and guess what? they're dropping the next gen version on PC. Hey,
It's about time, man.
It's about time. And Madden, guess what? Drum roll, please. Cross play between all 3 consoles. Oh my god.
That's actually pretty big.
Oh man, and you know what? The only reason I say I'm excited is because I got my boys that we are gonna do a franchise, and it's gonna be fun.
Really?
Yeah, no, we did one back when COVID started. We ended up doing one because we all had Xboxes, but now we all got different stuff.
Yeah,
and then we literally haven't been able to play the last couple Maddens together. But yes, we did a franchise, 5 of us. And Kevin, you can get in on this if you're gonna get the game, but it is real. We're gonna set up a time though, like we're gonna be like, yo, we got to game and play this Madden to progress the franchise. And franchise
you guys
finally having some little additions, such as mini camp games are back, training camp. But once again, kind of, I go all over the place when I talk, people, and I apologize, but I guess that's my personality that you get on this show. All right.
Yeah,
I start talking about something and in my head, I think about something else and I speak too fast for my own good. Okay. But last week we mentioned on how Diablo is like, sometimes they'll release new features, but also it's like they're releasing features that existed in the past and they had this. Like, why wasn't it already out with the game and you add other features? You know what I mean? And Madden is kind of doing the same shit. Back when we loved those older Maddens, 07, well, I don't even know, 04, I think it might have been. There's just so many good Maddens and there was so many good features or modes. And what's funny is we've been got newer graphics, next gen, new animations, new gameplay mechanics, but then they would strip away features that were always there. It's like, why? So like that's one of them, training camp, and I'm sure they're like selling us on this whole story and contracts and how to do the money. Like it should be more realistic. I don't know. They keep saying like something about like AI is helping with the game, which is that for one is hopefully a good thing.
That's a buzzword.
Huh?
I think that's just buzzword.
Yeah,
I think
don't know if they're just saying that word, but or if they have like an AI code, then so hopefully it ends up working the way it's supposed to work. They added more trade slots so you can be trading more crazy like these teams do nowadays. But Madden, I'm excited for you, but
so
you're probably gonna ruin my expectations like always. And go ahead.
So just real quick, Madden's got Josh Allen on the cover. So what body part does he break this season?
Ooh, the good old Madden curse.
The good old Madden curse.
Josh Allen, ready for it? Stays healthy. Gotta say it. Stays healthy. He'll be fine.
I think he screws up his wrist, his throwing.
His
throwing hand.
That's crazy. Who was on Madden 23?
Not that I want it.
I don't even know.
I'm just put that out. I'm just gonna put that out real clear before anybody comes with the hate. I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm just saying there's a curse. It seems to actually happen, like with every single
Did Madden
cover
23
athlete.
not really have a cover guy? It was just Madden?
It was Madden. That's why.
Yeah. I was gonna say nobody got hurt. Mahomes was 2022.
He was.
Well, hold on.
He was dead though. So
22 was Mahomes and Tom Brady. Weren't they both in the Super Bowl? So like, I feel like the curse is over, no?
Was that 20? Yeah, that was 22.
Yeah. So
that was Madden 21 because we're getting Madden 24.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always the year of the Super Bowl though. Like the Super Bowl year was 22, came out in 2021. Yeah, those guys were both in the Super Bowl. That's actually crazy. I don't think we talked about I haven't seen Madden like community stuff really, but like I don't know if that was ever talked about. Like, yeah, the curse has kind of been getting what would be the word for that? Kevin? The curse is broken? Yeah, getting broken, I guess. Yeah, debunked. That would be a theory, right? But yeah, man, a lot of stuff happening in gaming. I think it's that time we're getting to the fall where a lot of gaming news gets hyped back up because summer we start to dwindle, fall we pick it up, winter we rolling, baby, and then we slow it back down. But Kevin, anything else you want to add?
Nah, man, that was good, man. We covered so many genres. We covered the shooting looter genre. We covered the RPG with the Starfield. We covered the shooter with Call of Duty. I guess, like, now that I talk about it, maybe we did a lot of shooters. But then we did XDefaint, and then we finished with some football. And I'm glad we talked about football, because I know how big of a sports guy you are, and finally there's something positive. There's something positive to talk about football. The next time we talk about a sports game that's going to be positive, it's going to be whenever they let us know about the college football game. But who knows when that'll happen.
Or if Maxim Football drops a nice little sandbox game here, we can have some fun with them. That is going to be all about customization. If they're bringing it, I just feel like if enough people play it, give them to. This is not me, because it's not on the level like Madden gameplay, but
right.
I might be patient with it, because as far as like modes and like customization, that shit is going to be pretty ridiculous. I'm not like it's gonna be.
That's
nuts.
The only way they're gonna hold people onto that game.
And who likes customization and being a YouTube content creators, you're going to be able to like think I can't. Ooh, maybe I get back into it. Richland Rhinos make a comeback.
They don't know about that. That's a teaser. That means you gotta bring it back now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Richland. All right.
Richland.
Rich what? Richland. But ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like the video, share the video, drop a comment, let us know your thoughts. What are you excited about that's coming? All right. But do not forget, this is GamerVice, giving you all the vice you need. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.